Hello and welcome to this demonstration of the Neutral Carbon Zone Customer Portal. My name is Adam, I'm part of the team here at NCZ, and I'll take you through some of the key elements that you can expect to see as and when you become a Neutral Carbon Zone customer and you get given access to our customer portal. So let me just click over here so that you can see. I'll move myself out of the way so that I'm not blocking whatever is going on, and we have the homepage. So here we are. When you first log into the portal, this is what you will see. This is actually a live link into the NCZ website. It functions like any other website. You have your information up here. This is a demo version, so there's nothing to see. However, if you have passwords and your logon information, things like this, your organizational information, that's all up here. This is where you amend it all. On the left-hand side, you will see there is your account executive. In this case, it is Pip. You can schedule a call with your account executive at any time and gives a live access into their calendar. You just select what day and what time you would like to meet, pop in your email, it automatically slots it into their calendar, and then you'll be able to talk to them and ask all the questions that you need to ask there. Then we come back to the home page. So I will show you the certifications. Down the left-hand side here, we have the welcome info, the certifications, events, meetings, and tenders. Further down, you have some other bits and pieces around requests and files. I'll explain that to you afterwards. So if you are on an NCZ certification journey, this is the area that you're going to be logging into, going into the data collection app, which is where you'll be inputting your information. Now, one thing to do so that you don't end up with a small window here is go full screen. So there are 13 different forms in here to view. Those 13 forms consist of the 12 different topics that we measure in order to quantify your organizational carbon footprint and the company profile. Each time a form has been filled in, it will turn into a green tick so that you know that it's done. And the ones that haven't been done will remain red so that you know that they still need to be done. Now, each form has different information that needs to be submitted. However, it fundamentally all goes in the same way. So I will show you electricity here just to demonstrate how simple and easy it is. We have a video explaining what it is. We request your customer number, which we will give you when you become a customer. Let's just pop some numbers in here. Little information about what's going to happen. So, do you have electricity? We'll assume that we do have electricity that we've used. Then we get asked, do you have usage data or do you want to use a management-based decision? Now, management-based decisions can be used. They're effectively our best guesses, estimates, and using of industry benchmarks, which we would use if you didn't have accurate information. So from an electrical standpoint, you might be working out of a serviced office. You don't have electricity bills. It's just all included within the price of your rent in that particular space, in which case we would use a management-based decision on an industry average of how much electricity a person uses in an office per day, for example. But for the purposes of demonstration, we will click usage data and suggest that we do have. Now, there's some more explanation on what you're collecting and why you're collecting it, and then we get to the three base questions, which is how do you want to enter your information? You can enter monthly, literally just by clicking January and putting however many kilowatt hours you've used. You can enter the entire year all at once. So this would be used if you were joining the program and you wanted to get your certification immediately. You would use the last 12 months worth of information, and then we could give you your certification for the previous year. Then we also have annual consumption. Now, from a compliance standpoint, the annual consumption value is the only value we need in order to quantify your carbon footprint and get you certified. However, with just a single number, we can't give you any further insight or any further learnings from your energy profile or from your carbon profile. So this I would not recommend using unless you genuinely don't know how much has been used by month. Then we get to an area down here where you can upload the evidence. Obviously, we can't just self-declare this stuff. We need to evidence why we have submitted the information that we have submitted. So in this case, it would be your energy bills. We also have this section here where if I just click yes, there is one error on the page. Oh, it wants some numbers to be put in here. Let's just throw something in. This is where we say any significant changes that have happened. So this might be, for example, you've opened a second office or a third office, in which case your emissions would suddenly jump, and then we would know why that has jumped. It wouldn't set any alarm bells off if you just tell us what date it has happened, and then give us a brief explanation as to what happened. And you can just keep adding more rows for different milestones that have happened. And that is as difficult as it gets when it comes to inputting your carbon emitting information. All of these forms follow the same process, whether it be water, natural gas, or the fuels, your vehicles and refrigerants, right the way down to your upstream and downstream deliveries. Very, very simple, very, very easy. We'll just click out of the full view so that we can see the rest of the portal. Now down here we have the neutral carbon zone, carbon neutral events, meetings and tenders. So what are these? These are activities that you may wish to offset the emissions for in isolation. We give you a certificate for it, and then you can put that on your social media. You can advertise it through your marketing campaigns and channels, however you see fit. So an event might be the Christmas do, Halloween party, whichever party you're having. Some organizations have an annual gathering in order to go over their results and so on, the corporate away days or weekends, these kinds of things. You might want to make that carbon neutral. We do that by offsetting the carbon associated with that activity. In order to do that, we need to collect some information. So you would register the event here, you would pay for the event here, and then we would give you a link. That link is then sent out to all of the delegates. Each delegate fills in how they got there, the type of vehicle they used, how far they traveled, hotel nights that they've stayed in, things like that. We then associate each of those activities with a certain amount of carbon, total the carbon up, and we offset all of the carbon associated with that event on your behalf and give you a certificate. So the same thing basically happens with meetings, but on a smaller scale. And with tenders, it's a very similar thing, but it's only activities associated with the production of large tenders. So if you are a large service-based organization, you might be driving out doing site visits, you might be going to client locations, you might be spending hundreds of hours piecing together the actual proposal and solutioning what's going to happen, reviewing it. All of those activities create emissions, and then you quantify those emissions, and then we offset them on your behalf. The files section down here that I mentioned earlier is the location that you will see all of the files. So every time you have done an event or a meeting or a tender, you get awarded a certificate. The certificate will be uploaded in your files section. If you've offset, you receive your offset certificate, that will be in there. When you have done your organizational report, it will be here. Your either silver or gold or platinum certification will also be in here. So every time that you have done anything that requires documentation, they will all end up here in this file section. And that is as simple as it comes when working with Neutral Carbon Zone to be able to quantify your organizational footprint. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you will have been sent this from somebody in the sales team, so you can get in touch with them. If not, you can contact me at adam@neutralcarbonzone.com, and I can answer any questions that you may have. But until we meet either virtually or face-to-face, thanks for watching, and I will see you then.